Want to speak real Bulgarian from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at BulgarianPod101.com.
Want to finally start speaking in your target language? In this guide, you'll discover the top 7 ways to practice speaking on your own with our lessons. Let's begin. Number 1, shadowing. Shadowing is a proven learning technique where all you do is repeat what you hear in order to practice speaking. So, access any audio or video lesson on the site and press the play button to start. Then, as you listen or watch, just repeat the conversations. Or, even easier, read along out loud with the dialogue section. The script is right there in front of you. With our lessons, you can master entire conversations, just like that. Number 2, read out loud. I just mentioned it, but reading out loud is another powerful tactic and deserves its own mention. With every lesson, you get written transcripts and translations. So, as you play the lesson, read the dialogue out loud as you hear it. Why? By reading out loud, you're also practicing your speaking skills. You can do this with the lesson notes, the lesson transcript, or the dialogue tool. With the dialogue tool, you can listen to each line again and again, and repeat out loud until you master them all. Number 3, speed up your reading to speed up your speaking. Being able to speak without thinking is a sign of language mastery. If you're talking to a native and can respond quickly, they'll assume that you're fairly fluent. How can you do this? When you read out loud, try increasing your speed a little bit every time. So, start by reading with the dialogue tool. If you're like most learners, you'll read the first line slowly. That's because you're still getting used to the words, which is okay. Reread it. On your second try, you know most of the words, and you'll read a little faster. Reread it again. On your third try, you'll be even faster, at a native speaker's speed. And being able to read these phrases out loud and fast will help you speak fast. Number 4, record and compare yourself with native speakers. In order to sound like a native speaker, you must imitate native speakers. So here's how. Access the voice recorder, which is in the dialogue study tool in every lesson. Click on the microphone icon. Listen to the native speaker's audio, and then record yourself. You can then compare the 2 recordings side by side, and practice and try again and again until you perfect your pronunciation. Number 5, get feedback from our Premium Plus teacher. If you're learning by yourself and don't have access to real teachers, then you can always get feedback from our Premium Plus teachers. With the My Teacher tool, you can record yourself speaking and send the audio file to the teacher. They'll review it and tell you what to improve and how. That's it. Number 6, level up your speaking with Premium Plus assignments. With Premium Plus, you can also get assignments that cover reading, writing, listening, and even speaking from your teacher. These assignments can be tailored to your goals and needs. You get a new one every week, or anytime you're ready for a new one. Number 7, get even more lessons in the lesson library. If you want even more lessons on speaking and conversations, visit our lesson library and under Category, choose Conversation. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons that are focused on speaking. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share it with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way, and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Здрасти! Аз се казвам Ива. Hi everybody, I'm Eva. Welcome to BulgarianPod101.com's Български в 3 минути. The fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Bulgarian. In the last lesson, we learned how to show gratitude to people by saying Благодаря. In this lesson, we'll learn some of the most common greetings used in Bulgaria. Готови ли сте? Are you ready? Да започваме! So let's start. The most used informal greeting is Здрасти. Здрасти. Здрасти means hi or hello. We should only use this greeting with friends or relatives. There is one more word which is an informal way to say hello. Здравей. It has the same meaning as zdrasti and is used when we speak only with one person. Здравей. And now let's continue with the formal way to greet people. The most general version is Добър ден. Добър ден. Literally, Добър ден means good day. So as a rule, we can use Добър ден only during the daytime, from morning until evening. During the evening, we say Добър вечер. Добър вечер. Вечер is Bulgarian for evening, so Добър вечер means good evening. During the morning, we say Добро утро. Добро утро. Утро is Bulgarian for morning. Добро утро, Добър ден, and Добър вечер are used when we meet someone, but when we leave, we use another word. In this formal situation, Bulgarian people use довиждане. Довиждане. Довиждане means goodbye. Finally, in Bulgarian, we have an expression meaning see you soon that can be considered both formal and informal. До скоро. До скоро. Now you can greet people in many different ways in Bulgarian. Let's review them all again. When meeting in an informal situation, zdrasti or zdravей for one person. When meeting older people or someone we don't know in the different times of the day, добро утро, добър ден, добър вечер. When living in a formal situation, довиждане. When living, no matter whether it is a formal or informal situation, до скоро. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Eva's insights. Remember merci from the last lesson. Bulgarian uses a lot of words borrowed from other languages, and we also have one for goodbye. Ciao! Just like Italian, this is actually the phrase you will hear the most in Bulgaria. Friends often say it to each other when leaving. Try to say it to your Bulgarian friends. Ciao! During the next lesson, we'll learn the meaning of the phrase говорите ли английски? Do you already know it? We'll be waiting to talk about it with you in our next Български в 3 минути lesson. До скоро! Zdrasti, аз съм Eva. Hi everybody, I'm Eva. Welcome to BulgarianPod101.com's Български в 3 минути, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Bulgarian. In the last lesson, we learned how to talk about your plans. In this lesson, we are going to deal with the to-be verb, some. We will also discuss how to talk about your nationality. When you meet a new person in Bulgaria, they might ask you, откъде сте, which is the equivalent of where do you come from. Сте is a conjugated form of the to-be verb some. Откъде means from where, and it implies from which country or place. Altogether, it is откъде сте. Откъде сте? Answering this question is very easy. You can just say аз съм, which means I am, then your country's name. For example, аз съм от Америка. Аз съм от Америка. But it is more natural to say your nationality. Аз съм американец. Just replace американец with your own nationality. I am German is аз съм германец. I am Italian is аз съм италианец. I am Brazilian is аз съм бразилец. Be careful because this is how you refer to your nationality if you are a man. For the feminine form, you have to add ka instead of ets at the end of the nationality. For example, if you are an American woman, you will say аз съм американка. German women say аз съм германка. For Brazilian women, it is аз съм бразилка, and so on. To return the question, you can simply say a вие, which is "and you" in a polite way. Now it's time for Eva's insights. Be careful because in Bulgarian we don't write nationality names with a capital letter like in English. The same applies for languages, they are also written in lowercase. In this lesson, we learned how to talk about your nationality. Next time, we'll continue to study the verb some and we'll see how to use it to talk about locations. By the way, do you know how to ask someone where they are in Bulgarian? I'll be waiting for you with the answer in the next Bulgarski в 3 минути. До скоро! Здрасти, аз съм Ива. Hi everybody, I'm Eva. Welcome to BulgarianPod101.com's Bulgarski в 3 минути. The fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Bulgarian. In the last lesson, we learned how to use the verb отивам, which means to go. In this lesson, we will continue talking about some of the most common Bulgarian verbs. The second verb is правя, which means to do. But as in English, you'll see that the meaning of this verb is quite broad. Imagine someone asks you, какво правиш? That's an informal way to ask, what are you doing? So if you're making your breakfast, for example, you could answer, правя си закуска. So let's break it down. Правя is I'm doing. It is the first person form of the verb правя, which is to do in present tense. Next is си, which is a pronoun used to express for me or myself. Finally, we had закуска, which is a noun and means breakfast. Правя си закуска. Note that in Bulgarian, to say that you're doing something right now, all you need is the basic present tense. For example, if someone asks you to come and give him a hand, but you're busy making coffee, you can say съжалявам, правя кафе, which literally means, sorry, I make coffee. Here we are using the basic present tense. So now let's have a broader look at what you can say with this verb правя in Bulgarian. It is maybe the most useful verb since you say almost everything with it. It can mean to prepare as we saw just before, but it can also mean to practice, as in правя упражнения, which is I'm exercising. It can be also used for different types of work, as in правя разследване and правя си изследване. The first means I'm investigating something, and the second one is I'm getting examined. This verb can also express the concept of to create or to make, as in правя скулптура от камък, which is I do stone sculptures. Also, you can use it as in правя снимки, I'm taking photos. Now it's time for Eva's insights. If you hang out with Bulgarian friends, you might hear какво ще правим тази вечер, which means what are we going to do tonight? If you are with some friends at night and you haven't decided your plans yet, you can ask it. It will sound very natural. Какво ще правим тази вечер? In this lesson, we learned how to use the verb правя in many different contexts, and I'm sure it will help you a lot. Next time, we'll learn another very useful and romantic verb, обичам. I'll be waiting for you in the next Bulgarski в 3 минути lesson. До скоро!
Today we're going to talk about 4 techniques to help you stop translating in your head and instead start thinking in your target language. This will allow you to have conversations with ease, read smoothly, and better understand native speakers. These are 4 methods to help you think in a new language. Number 1. Surround yourself with your target language. This way, you'll be completely immersed in the language. Without realizing it, you'll learn pronunciation, sentence structures, grammar, and new vocabulary. Play music in the background while you're cooking, or have a radio station on while you study. Just use one of our endless podcasts available to you. These are easy to listen to in the background while doing other things. Number 2. Learn through observation. This is how we all learned our native languages as kids. Words will develop their own meanings that relate better to your target language, rather than meanings that are translated directly. Number 3. Speak out loud to yourself. Even if you're a little embarrassed, it forces you to listen to how you speak. It makes it much easier to spot simple grammar mistakes. Number 4, practice daily. If you practice everything for only one day, you won't retain the information you learned. The brain can realistically only focus for about 30 minutes. So studying a little every day allows you to absorb better. Follow these steps and have patience. You'll soon be able to achieve your language learning goals. Just make sure to remember these 4 methods. Sign up for your free lifetime account. No credit card required, and you'll get the best free online resources. And start learning more every day.
Hi guys, how you doing today? Welcome to a new episode of Bulgarian Pod101.com. I'm your host Daria, and today I'm going to walk you through 10 phrases you always want to hear. So, are you ready to start complimenting other people? Let's go!
Изглеждаш страхотно днес. Изглеждаш страхотно днес. You look great today.
Now, it's something that I would like to point your attention on. It's the word strachotno, which is literally translated as scary, by the way, because it derives from the word strashno, which is scary. So Bulgarians use it in a way of saying great, but it's funny how it sounds when you think about it. You look scary today. And it sounds such a normal thing to say in Bulgarian, by the way. So use it everywhere you go. You look wonderful today. You look great today. Изглеждаш страхотно днес.
Липсваш ми. Липсваш ми. I miss you.
Yes, this is something either say too rarely or we do say excessively. I do encourage everybody to find a balance in it, and this comes from meaning it from your heart. I am gonna miss you until the next episode. Ще ми липсвате.
Свърши чудесна работа. Свърши чудесна работа. You did a great job.
Yes, I do believe that if somebody hears this phrase more often, they're not only gonna be flattered, but they will improve their work overall. Свърши чудесна работа.
Ще има бонус в края на месеца. Ще има бонус в края на месеца. There'll be a bonus at the end of the month.
Is definitely what everybody would like to hear if they have done a good job. Even if they have not done a good job, it will make them do a better job. Because imagine if you're doing something for many years and you don't receive any kind of appreciation for that. Not even a single small thing. So the bonus is definitely something you should use to make somebody do better work.
Ти готвиш превъзходно. Ти готвиш превъзходно. You're an excellent cook.
Yes, everybody would like to hear that, even though sometimes you may burn the dish, but your friends are there to support you, so they may be saying, oh, as if they're mocking you. Ти си превъзходен готвач. Ти готвиш превъзходно. You are an exceptional cook. Well, the more you burn dishes, I know, the better you become as a cook, so please never stop cooking.
Почини си. Аз ще почистя днес. Почини си. Аз ще почистя днес. Take a break. I'll do the cleaning today.
Opens the heart and the doors to every mother's heart. Guaranteed, proof read and checked and all that.
И вие печелите. И вие печелите. And you win.
I specifically think that if you invest the money you spend on scratch tickets into something else, you are on the winning side of spending your money. For sure.
Ти беше прав. Ти беше прав. You were right.
Why is it so hard to admit something like that? I don't know. Maybe because Bulgarian people, they think they know everything about everything. From science to sport to politics to anything. So please say it, even though people are not right.
Нося ти нещо специално. Нося ти нещо специално. I brought you something special.
It is very intriguing and exciting to hear something like that, isn't it? Unless the special something is a cat. And there you can bid farewell to your living room couch.
Бюджетът е неограничен. Бюджетът е неограничен. The budget is unlimited.
Can you imagine a world where there is no money or there is a budget but it's unlimited? What are the things that everybody can do? Everybody can accomplish their dreams no matter how far-fetched are they. You can even go to the end of the universe if there is such. So unlimited budget, unlimited dreams. Make it happen. I am leaving you for now because we have come to the end of this episode of BulgarianPod101.com. However, I'm looking forward to our next episode. Until then, please let me know which of these 10 phrases you always want to hear you like the best, or is there anything you would like to hear personally so I can translate it for you? Add it in the comment section below this video, and also find where the red button is, somewhere over here. I forgot where it is. It's a red button that says subscribe. Subscribe for this channel to get more videos like this, and we're gonna see each other again in the next linguistic adventure. Until then, check the website BulgarianPod101.com for more lessons in Bulgarian. I'm your host Daria, and I'll see you very soon.
In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Bulgarian. But first, it's important to clarify that in Bulgarian, there is a difference between the formal and the informal language. Let's first see how Bulgarian people introduce themselves in an informal situation. Здрасти, аз се казвам Ива. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. Hi, I'm Eva. Nice to meet you. Здрасти, аз се казвам Ива. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. Start by saying Здрасти, аз се казвам. Then say your name. Здрасти, аз се казвам Ива. Finally say Приятно ми е да се запознаем. Здрасти, аз се казвам Ива. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. And now let's see the same sentence in formal speech. Здравейте, аз се казвам Ива Георгиева. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. Hello, I'm Eva Georgieva. Nice to meet you. Здравейте, аз се казвам Ива Георгиева. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. So, what has changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a close look at these together. Здрасти has been substituted with the formal greeting Здравейте, formal Bulgarian for hello. Аз се казвам Ива has not been changed. Аз се казвам stands in both cases for I am or my name is. However, during a formal self-introduction, we also say our last name. So I said Eva Georgieva. Here, you would say your full name. Finally, the ending remains the same. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. It is a universal Bulgarian greeting, meaning nice to meet you. One more time. The informal way to introduce yourself in Bulgarian is Здрасти, аз се казвам Ива. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. The formal way to introduce yourself is Здравейте, аз се казвам Ива Георгиева. Приятно ми е да се запознаем. Now it's time for Eva's insights. When you introduce yourself, it's a good habit to shake hands in Bulgaria. And if you're not sure whether to use zdrasti or zdravейте, just say simply добър ден, which means hello and is used during the daytime. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to use good manners as we thank people. Готови ли сте? Are you ready? Да започваме! So let's start. There are several ways to thank someone. Let's start with the easiest. It's just one word. Благодаря. Благодаря. Благодаря means thank you. When saying thank you very much, you just need to add много. Много благодаря. Много благодаря. Много means a lot. So много благодаря is like saying thank you very much. During the last lesson, we mentioned both the informal and the formal way of speaking Bulgarian. Благодаря is the most common way to thank someone. If you want to be more casual, there is another word you should use, and you will be amazed which word that is. Merci. Merci. Merci is a loan word from French, but it is pronounced with the typical Bulgarian hard R. R. It is used mainly in informal situations. Merci. How do you answer? It's easy. There are basically two different ways to do it. The first is няма защо. Няма защо. Няма защо literally means there is no reason, but it is the equivalent of don't mention it. The other way to say you're welcome is the word моля. Моля. Literally, this word means I beg or please, but it has become a common way to respond to someone thanking you. So when someone says благодаря to you, we can simply reply with няма защо or моля. Now it's time for Eva's insights. If you're not sure about whether to use merci or благодаря, keeping it simple is always your safest bet. You don't have to worry about formal or informal situations. Благодаря can be used with just about anyone, anywhere, and at any time. In this lesson, we'll learn some of the most common greetings used in Bulgaria. Готови ли сте? Are you ready? Да започваме! So let's start. The most used informal greeting is здрасти. Здрасти. Здрасти means hi or hello. We should only use this greeting with friends or relatives. There is one more word, which is an informal way to say hello. Здравей. It has the same meaning as здрасти and is used when we speak only with one person. Здравей. And now let's continue with the formal way to greet people. The most general version is добър ден. Добър ден. Literally, добър ден means good day. So as a rule, we can use добър ден only during the daytime, from morning until evening. During the evening, we say добър вечер. Добър вечер. Вечер is Bulgarian for evening, so добър вечер means good evening. During the morning, we say добро утро. Добро утро. Утро is Bulgarian for morning. Добро утро, добър ден, and добър вечер are used when we meet someone, but when we leave, we use another word. In this formal situation, Bulgarian people use довиждане. Довиждане. Довиждане means goodbye. Finally, in Bulgarian, we have an expression meaning see you soon that can be considered both formal and informal. До скоро. До скоро. Now you can greet people in many different ways in Bulgarian. Let's review them all again. When meeting in an informal situation, здрасти or Здравей for one person. When meeting older people or someone we don't know in the different times of the day. Добро утро, добър ден, добър вечер. When living in a formal situation, довиждане. When living, no matter whether it is a formal or informal situation, до скоро. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Eva's insights. Remember merci from the last lesson. Bulgarian uses a lot of words borrowed from other languages, and we also have one for goodbye. Ciao! Just like Italian, this is actually the phrase you will hear the most in Bulgaria. Friends often say it to each other when leaving. Try to say it to your Bulgarian friends. Ciao!
Want to speak real Bulgarian from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at BulgarianPod101.com.
Добър ден!
Добър ден!
Как сте?
Добре съм, благодаря.
Здравей, аз се казвам Петьо.
Здрасти, аз съм Таня.
Приятно ми е да се запознаем.
И на мен също. Добре дошъл, заповядай.
Благодаря, това е малък подарък от мен. Заповядай.
О, много благодаря.
Няма защо. Ох, извинете,
Да.
кракът ми.
О, съжалявам. Добър вечер.
Извинете, меню ако обичате.
Разбира се.
Извинете и вода ако обичате.
Веднага.
Извинете, искам да поръчам...
Да.
First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
Мъж и жена си говорят. Какво първо ще направят те?
Какво искаш да правим днес?
Искам да отида на кино.
Добре, аз искам да гледам бейсболен матч по телевизията.
Аз искам и да отида на пазар.
Бейсболният матч започва в 1 следобед.
Добре, тогава нека първо да ходим на кино, а след това ти можеш да гледаш бейсболния матч.
Добре, тогава ще отидем на пазар вечерта.
Какво първо ще направят те? Мъж и жена си говорят. Какво първо ще направят те?
Какво искаш да правим днес?
Искам да отида на кино.
Добре, аз искам да гледам бейсболен матч по телевизията.
Аз искам и да отида на пазар.
Бейсболният матч започва в 1 следобед.
Добре, тогава нека първо да ходим на кино, а след това ти можеш да гледаш бейсболния матч.
Добре, тогава ще отидем на пазар вечерта.
Една жена обядва в ресторант. Какво ще си поръча тя?
Желаете ли кафе или десерт след основното ядене?
Какъв десерт предлагате?
Имаме пудинг и ябълков пай.
Всъщност искам само кафе, моля.
Желаете ли захар и мляко?
Донесете го с мляко, моля. Какво ще си поръча тя? Една жена обядва в ресторант. Какво ще си поръча тя?
Желаете ли кафе или десерт след основното ядене?
Какъв десерт предлагате?
Имаме пудинг и ябълков пай.
Всъщност искам само кафе, моля.
Желаете ли захар и мляко?
Донесете го с мляко, моля.
Пътувам в чужбина. Пътувам в чужбина. To travel abroad.
If you ask a random Bulgarian of how he or she would prefer to spend his or her time in the summer, he or she will probably answer, go abroad. Пътувам в чужбина. To travel abroad. Well, yeah, there's something in our culture that now that we can travel more freely, now that we're in the European Union, we do take advantage of visiting Italy, Greece, and so on and so forth. It's just so easy because it's right there. However, many other people do not travel or have never been outside the frontier, like my grandmother. Моята баба никога не е пътувала в чужбина. Моята баба никога не е пътувала в чужбина. My grandma has never traveled abroad. Which is somewhat true about my grandmother because she constantly watches this travel channel, and if I call her on a random day and ask her, hey grandma, how you doing today? She would reply, hey, I've been to Mexico and Guatemala and Costa Rica this afternoon. How about you? Well, Grandma, this may count, but you don't have magnets from the places you've been. Haha. So, Daria, grandmother, 1-0.
Почивам си на плажа. Почивам си на плажа. To relax at the beach.
Another popular response you may get from a Bulgarian about their free time in the summer would definitely be go to the beach. But not just go, relax on the beach. Почивам си на плажа. To relax at the beach. Here's an example of this phrase in a sentence. Истинската почивка е когато си почивам на плажа. Истинската почивка е когато си почивам на плажа. It's a true holiday when I'm relaxing on the beach. This is true for so many people. And by the way, you can be very sure that you can have a relaxing vacation in Bulgaria because we don't have sharks in the Black Sea. There you go.
Уча български език с bulgarianpod101.com. Уча български език с bulgarianpod101.com. To learn Bulgarian with bulgarianpod101.com.
Another use of your time in the summer is to do something practical and to get a new skill. Improving your skills is something very important, like уча български език с Bulgarian Pod 101, like you're doing right now. Уча български език с Bulgarian Pod 101. To learn Bulgarian with Bulgarian Pod 101. And the next example in a sentence is a tribute to you, the viewers. Можете да научите български език с bulgarianpod101.com. Можете да научите български език с bulgarianpod101.com. You can learn Bulgarian language with bulgarianpod101.com. Yes, it's as simple as that. Just subscribe and keep on watching videos like this. By the way, you're going to learn a lot of fun facts about Bulgaria in this one. Stay with me.
Уча се да готвя български ястия. Уча се да готвя български ястия. To learn to cook Bulgarian food.
Уча се да готвя български ястия. Уча се да готвя български ястия. To learn to cook Bulgarian food. Oh, definitely this is something very important, especially for my friend who recently got married, and I'm gonna say why. It was very important for her to learn how to cook moussaka. First, let me give you the example with this. Тя иска да се научи да готви български ястия. Тя иска да се научи да готви български ястия. It's a very simple sentence. Here's it in English. She wants to learn how to cook Bulgarian food. Why did she want to do that? Because in Bulgarian culture, we have the saying, if a woman does not know how to cook a proper moussaka, then she is not eligible for marriage yet. So one way to look for a wife, test her cooking skills.
Организирам барбекю. Организирам барбекю. To have a barbecue.
Organiziram barbecue. To have barbecue. Yes, you may not be a sophisticated cook as my friend to cook a whole dish of moussaka or kapama, but barbecue is much simpler and it gives you the benefit to be outside, to cook delicious food and to share it with as many friends as you have. So here's an example of how to use this phrase in Bulgarian. В неделя ще организираме барбекю. В неделя ще организираме барбекю. We will organize a barbecue on Sunday. By the way, here's a bonus to this phrase. I'm going to give you the Bulgarian word for barbecue, which is skara. So with skara, every day is a Sunday here in Bulgaria. Welcome. Every day is a skara day.
Купонясвам цяла нощ. Купонясвам цяла нощ. To party all night.
Our next phrase is about partying because that's one of the best things you can do in the summer in Bulgaria, apparently. You just go to the seaside or in a big city club or something like that and купонясвам цяла нощ. To party all night. Here is how you can use the phrase in Bulgarian. Той купонясва цяла нощ с приятели. Той купонясва цяла нощ с приятели. He partied all night with friends. And I'll tell you who this he is. It's my friend George in the example that fits perfectly for him because he once said to me, I may be 70 years old, but I'll never stop partying. He may be either exaggerating or there is a true thread there that he may be a vampire. Forever young, I wanna be a vampire. All right.
Получавам загар. Получавам загар. To get a tan.
So summertime is connected to beach time, and of course, what can you do at the beach? You may think of multiple answers to that question, but if you ask a Bulgarian person, they would say получавам загар, to get a tan. Yes, that's undoubtedly the most favorite thing a Bulgarian person would do at the beach, especially if it's a Bulgarian woman. I have no idea why, but you can recognize a Bulgarian chick at the beach because she would not be swimming, she would not be sandcastle building, and she would not be engaging in sport activities, water activities at all. She would be just lying on the sand, suntanning. Yes, and here's an example how you can use this in a sentence. Той беше на Малдивите през зимата и е получил загар. Той беше на Малдивите през зимата и е получил загар. He was in the Maldives in the winter and he got a tan. Well, good for him. He may not be a Bulgarian woman, but Bulgarian men are also, they also have vanity about the way they look.
Отивам на разходка в планината. Отивам на разходка в планината. To go hiking.
The next phrase I'm going to suggest about things to do in Bulgaria in the summer is my favorite one because I'm a mountain girl and that's where you can find me during the summer. Hiking. Отивам на разходка в планината. To go hiking. Yes, and if you want to use this in a sentence, here's how you can say it. Много хора отиват на разходка в планината през почивните дни. Много хора отиват на разходка в планината през почивните дни. This is how you say that many people go hiking in the mountains during the weekend. Not only during the weekend, but during the summertime, I will tell you which is the most popular hiking road in Bulgaria. It's the Comprehension trail, which runs from the most western part of Bulgaria, goes straight to the most eastern part, which is Cape Emine. So from Peak Com to Cape Emine. It's about 700 kilometers and it will take you 20 days to walk through it. But it is part of a larger road that goes from the Atlantic Ocean, crosses all Europe and ends at the Black Sea. It's a wonderful experience. And it's also the Bulgarian part of it is known as the Friendship Road. Why? Come to Bulgaria and find out why.
Работя почасова работа. Работя почасова работа. To work a part-time job.
You can also работя почасова работа. To work a part-time job. Of course, you need some kind of money-making activity to support your other activities. It's better if it's a part-time job, not a full-time job, because otherwise you would not have any time for the other activities. Leave aside money. So here's how you can use this почасова работа, part-time job, in a sentence. Много студенти работят почасова работа. Много студенти работят почасова работа. Many students work a part-time job. Even though I am not a student, recording videos for you guys for BulgarianPod101.com is my part-time job. And I'm having so much fun with it. So bear with me because I have some more interesting facts about Bulgaria, the summer, and of course, other phrases to learn about what to do in the summer in Bulgaria.
Забавлявам се с приятели. Забавлявам се с приятели. To have fun with friends.
For the next phrase, you don't need the mountain, you don't need the sea, you don't need a lot of money even, because all you need is not love. All you need is friends. I think this is more true than love, because love comes and goes, but friendship stays forever. I do believe that. And to illustrate this, here is a phrase for you. Забавлявам се с приятели. To have fun with friends. How do you have fun with friends? In this sentence. Тя излезе навън да се забавлява с приятели. Тя излезе навън да се забавлява с приятели. Friends, приятели. She went out to have fun with friends. This phrase sounds like something my mom would say always when she has to reply where I am at the moment, because I'm always out with my friends. I'm a very sociable person, and the best way to spend some friend time is to have a bench party in the park or to climb one of my hometown's hills. We have 6 out of 7 now. Long story. I'm not gonna explain what happened to the 7th one, but just go up and hang around with your friends watching a wonderful view over the city. That's the best way to hang around with friends. Забавлявам се с приятели.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.